Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
A Fargo man called our whistleblower hotline after his vehicle was broken into this morning, and he believes this happened because of where he lives. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons shares his story so you can learn from it and hopefully not have to deal with something like this.
You move to a new town, score a new job. Few years in, you celebrate your accomplishment with a new car. Then the one time you don't park in your garage, the unthinkable happens. Someone busted the window of Shane Stafford's 2016 Jeep Cherokee.
The only thing I really had in there was a cheaper jacket, probably a $40, $50 jacket.
He says he went out for a quick bite late last night and came back to his Alden Pines apartment around 1 a.m. He found his damaged vehicle around 9:30 this morning. As he tried picking up the pieces, other tenants told him this isn't the first time crime has hit the complex.
4 garages, I'm not sure which one. It wasn't my garage, but gotten broken into. And I believe there was one window smashed out. Another lady said she doesn't know if she should park in her spot in her garage. She can't park on the street anymore because I guess there's been a bunch of robberies.
Stafford reported this incident to Fargo police, and he believes crime will continue to happen because of the minimal lighting in this area at night.
2 lights for 30 garages and, multiple more cars. It's supposed to try to light up, and it just doesn't do the job.
When it's dark, when somebody can get out there and use that as cover or concealment, I should say, and lurk around and do what they're going to do.
Fargo police say to make sure your vehicle and garage are locked. You can also add extra lighting pointing at your vehicle or use motion detectors. Doing any of these will decrease the chances of future theft or break-ins. In Fargo, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
In the past, Alden Pines has contacted residents about theft in the area and told them to never keep anything valuable in their vehicles. Speaking of car thefts, the Fargo Police Department took home an Emmy for their public service announcement, "Lock it or lose it, be safe or be sorry." And though it's funny, it carries a serious message. If a thief wants to get in your car, they will find a way, but the PSA reminds people, don't make it easy for the bad guy. And police across the valley want to remind you, pay attention to your neighborhood. And if you see something or someone that looks suspicious, don't be afraid to give them a call. And if you need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
And taking a look at our weather, the tower cam for today showing plenty of sunshine out there, and we had a nice flow from the south that kept temperatures up. We reached our high of 72 degrees in the Fargo area, and into the books that goes a record for today, beating the record of 70. 61 right now at Fargo, 54 Valley City, Jamestown, 50 at Devil's Lake, 54 at Langdon, Fergus Falls holding at 57, and Detroit Lakes at 52 degrees. And the winds mainly from the south right now between 10 and 20 miles per hour with higher gusts. We're going to keep that southerly wind as we go through the overnight period, and even with clear skies, it will be pretty mild out there. Here's the satellite loop, not really a lot on it, some clouds up toward Canada, that's basically it. We do have a low pressure system out here in Colorado, some rain showers for them. High pressure is working its way away from us, and since they're so close together, we have a southerly flow, and that's going to continue through tomorrow. We will be a little breezy with that south wind, so it'll keep us warm. We have some showers out toward the west coast. That cold front will be here Sunday night into the day on Monday with some showers. So as we go through the overnight period, mainly clear and mild with low temperatures into the mid to upper 40s. And for the day tomorrow, we should be partly cloudy out there with temperatures again reaching the upper 60s into the southern valley with a chance of some rain showers developing as we go through the overnight period. So taking a look at the temperatures for tomorrow, reaching the upper 60s in the Fargo area with partly cloudy skies as we keep that southerly wind breezy at times. Other temperatures around the region show we should be into the mid-60s in Lakes Country and out toward Northland, Minnesota, and also mid-60s out toward the Jamestown area, still with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And as we go through the day on Monday, we're going to cloud up just a little with temperatures, again, pretty mild for this time of year into the upper 50s. And don't don't forget to fall back at 2 a.m. Set your clocks back 1 hour, and it will be 1 a.m. and we should be back to standard time. Now, extending the forecast, 54 on Tuesday, 59 Wednesday, plenty of sunshine through Thursday. We stay mainly dry and we'll see a high of 54. And upper 40s for Friday and Saturday with partly cloudy skies.
Well, I'll tell you what, you cannot complain. Some people could, but I'm not complaining about this warm weather here in November.
You know, very warm. Seems like September weather, but yeah, great for the tailgating today. And we should have one more very nice day tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Justin.
Yep.
North Dakota Highway Patrol says Liana Volkov is the woman who was hit and killed Friday near Lisbon on Highway 32. Volkov was hit from behind while she was walking along the highway. She was found dead in a ditch. 30-year-old Paul Vincent from Gwinner has been arrested and is charged with leaving the scene of a fatal crash. Highway Patrol says Vincent left the scene and then tried to hide his truck. He was arrested in Cooperstown and is in the Barnes County Jail. One inmate is dead after a medical emergency at the Clay County Jail on Thursday. Clay County Sheriff Bill Berquist says the jail staff tried to save the young woman's life, but those attempts were unsuccessful. 19-year-old Abby Lee Rudolph from Fargo was the inmate who died. The incident is still under investigation. Breakdown at 30,000 feet. The Tampa Bay Times investigated Allegiant Airlines and found their airplanes are 4 times more likely to fail during a flight than any other major U.S. airline. Here in the Valley, we've done numerous stories about Allegiant, emergency landings, delays for days. The list is endless. Many people in our area can't come to Fargo and fly Allegiant because it's cheap. But the people the Tampa Bay Times interviewed said that low cost is not worth the risk of your plane falling out of the air. Today was the final day of early in-person voting in the battleground state of North Carolina. Long lines took over the early voting poll sites located at a community center in Cary and a location on campus at North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina. The waiting time for these long lines ranged from at least 2 to 3 hours. The early voting site in Cary set the all-time North Carolina state record for the number of people who voted early at the site. More than 30,000 people have voted there since October 20th. Election Day is 3 days away, and for many, it can't get here soon enough. As the nastiness of the presidential election comes to a head, a woman from California wants to change that by spreading her own message. Natalie Bruno reports.
Election season may be coming to an end, but a new campaign sign is sending a strong message: make America kind again.
It's just been so much turmoil and so many feelings going back and forth that this is nice because it can be supported by everybody.
Stay-at-home mom Amanda Blanc designed the lawn signs and now totes, hoping to change the tone of the political conversation.
You have so many people that'll say, I'm voting for so-and-so because it's the lesser of two evils. This message is just about dropping that and being nice to your neighbor.
It may be a play on words on Donald Trump's now infamous slogan, but
it's for everybody. I mean, it's been next to Trump, it's been next to Clinton. I just want to represent kindness. I don't care about the politician.
2 weeks ago, she started selling the signs on her Etsy page, and orders poured in from all over the country.
Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Texas, Michigan, Florida.
She's already sold almost 300, and the totes are almost sold out.
This has gained so much more traction than I anticipated, to be honest.
For this mom of two who also juggles online school, the small business has been a welcome boost to her family's income.
As my husband being the sole provider, it's nice to be able to help a little bit.
And she hopes to help people remember this ahead of next Tuesday.
It's just about being America. It's about coming together and believing in something. And if you have to believe in kindness over politics, then so be it.
So can you tell us who you're voting for?
I cannot say that. People have asked me that before, and I want to just remain neutral.
If you're a Minnesota resident and still need to register to vote, you're in luck. You can register at the polls. When registering on Election Day, you must bring one of the following: a valid photo ID, a valid student ID card that has your picture, a photo tribal ID card that shows your signature, or someone who can sign an oath confirming your address. Before you go to bed tonight, don't forget to set your clocks back 1 hour. That's because at 2 o'clock Sunday morning, most of the country officially shifts back to standard time. That'll give most of us an extra hour of sleep this weekend. Only people living in Hawaii, most of Arizona, and some U.S. territories will not be making the change because they don't observe daylight savings time. This is also the time when fire officials remind us to put new batteries in our smoke alarms. So remember, set your clocks back 1 hour tonight, or you'll be an hour early all day tomorrow. Two schools in our area decided to form a cross-country team, never thinking one of their teammates would make it all the way to state. On tonight's Community Close-Up, we take you to Ada, Minnesota, where a high school student started running, racing past almost everyone in his division.
I had a stress fracture in June, I believe, so I couldn't participate in track. I couldn't start running until the beginning of August. So I didn't think, I couldn't build that big of a base, so I didn't know if I was gonna be as successful.
But Christian Sturton was the definition of successful. The sophomore standout on the newly formed Ada Borup Norman County West cross-country team had an amazing season, leading him to being ranked 12th in the state of Minnesota in his division.
He's kind of one of a kind with his mentality. He'll work himself to the point of injury, you know, if you don't pull back the reins a little bit. And that's just the kind of person he is.
On this day, Coach Spencer Rubke, along with Christian's teammates Tyrell and Nick, were helping him get ready for the state cross-country meet.
It feels pretty good to be recognized and have everybody support me.
That support extends beyond his teammates.
A lot of them were really surprised, and a lot of people are putting stuff on Facebook and good job and stuff.
If you take a drive around the city of Ada, you can see that support as well.
It's awesome, and being from the small communities, the Norman County West and the Ada schools, it's awesome the support we've been getting for this first-year program. It seems like everyone's just rooting for us, and they're all really supportive.
As for what the future holds, Coach Rubke sees Christian breaking some very familiar records.
You know, I have a couple of school records in track, and I know he's eyeballing them, and you know, I'm telling him to go for it. Honestly, it's to be able to say I coached the guy that broke my own records, that would be pretty cool, I think. I would not take any offense to that. Go.
Country meet today, Christian came in at 27th, missing out on being All-State by 2 spots. But he was the fastest sophomore finisher in Class A, running the 5K in 16 minutes and 47 seconds. Still ahead tonight, pregnancy is an exciting time for most women, but can you imagine someone accusing you of lying about it and stuffing stolen goods down your shirt? That story coming up next.